Hello students. So in this class we'll be talking about Python strings and some of the data types of Python. So in the previous lecture we have covered that what are strings, how we can utilize strings and how strings are used in Python, right? So in this class we'll be talking about string in detail. So let's proceed. Okay, so we'll be creating a new notebook. I hope you all remember how to create notebooks, right? So let's see. Let's create a new notebook, and this notebook will name as what? We'll name this as Python strings. Okay. Okay. So what are strings? Strings are basically some data types that stores text data, right? In Python, strings acts like something that holds text data. Okay, suppose you have to pass your name. Name is equal to, if you just keep your name like this, Rishi, and shift enter, like we know how to run notebooks, so just press shift enter and it will be giving you an error, right? So what is this issue? Name Rishi is not defined. We all have studied variables, right? So in variables we have learned that variable stores data. So if you do not pass strings in double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes, that means any kind of quotation if you do not give, then what will happen? This will happen. So Python interpreter knows which is strings. So if you want to give strings, you have to pass like this: name equal to, then quotations, then pass your name. Okay, so this is not giving an error, right? So let's check the data type. We know how to check the data type. Just write type, then parenthesis, then variable name. What was the variable name? That was name. Okay, let me zoom a bit. Okay, so let's pass name, and we can see this is string str, right? So this is string. Nice, na? So now what we'll be doing? Now let's experiment with strings, right? So how many characters are there in this Rishi? So if we can see, there are how many data types? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this contain 5 data, right? Okay. So what are the indexes? Indexes means in which positions are each and every character are. Okay. So in Python indexing, Python starts from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. Okay. So now we can see in Rishi, the Rishi's R is equal to, what will be the index? That will be 0. Then what is? Then I will be in 1 index. Okay. Then S will be in which index? 2 index. Then H will be in 3 index, and last is I then also, that is in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 index. So how many indexes are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 number of indexes are there. So if I say in which index R is present, what will be the answer? R will be in 0 index. And if I say if I say give me the index of S, what will be the answer? 0, 1, and 2, right? So you can see, and Python indexing starts from 0. Okay, so just remind that. Okay, now we'll be talking about strings in detail. Okay, we'll be talking about strings in detail. Let me wrap this. Okay, now, so we have experimented with list. We have started the experimenting. Okay, now let's do some things. Okay, so now if I just said you that indexing starts from 0. So if you want to see each and every character's index, or if you want to print exactly that index values, how will we do that? Okay, so what is the variable name? That is name. Then square braces and give the index names. So suppose I want to print r. What is the index of r? So let's do this. Sorry. So what is the index of r? 0. We know. So if we pass 0 here, what will be printing? It is printing r. That means r is in the 0th index, right? Similarly, we can do 1. We can see there is I. So I is which index? 1. Okay. Similarly, if we want to check the index of any character, how will you do that? Okay, let's see. Name dot index of, let's suppose, r. Okay, you can see this is the 0th index. That means r is in the 0 index. Similarly, if we do index of h, so let's suppose h. So what is the index? It is 3. That means 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is correct. Okay, so this is how we can print indexes and values of indexes. Okay, so I hope it is clear to everyone, right? Okay, so now let's move further. So we printed indexes, we have printed these many things. Okay, now you all know how to print strings. Okay, just press print, then name. Okay, with this statement you can print these things. Now we'll be doing string slicing. Okay, what is slicing, by the way? Slicing is a method by which we can print values from a particular index to a particular index. Okay, let's suppose how many indexes are here? 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 indexes are here. Okay, so if we want to print I, S and H, how will we print? Okay, we need I, S and H. Okay, so what we'll be doing? We'll be doing name, then square braces. So what is the starting index? That is 0 is R and I is in 1. So 1 will be our starting index because we need ISH. Okay, so we'll start from I. So what is index of I? I's index is 1. Then we will give a colon. Okay, colon means that will take it as a option that it is going to iterate. Iteration means, suppose, so what is iteration means? Okay, so what is iteration? Let's suppose we have a string that has that has, sorry, let's suppose we have a string. Okay, so our string will be 1, then 1, 2, 1, 2, then 3, then 4. We have these many numbers. Okay, so what is this index? Index is 0. What is 2's index? That is 1. then what is 3's index, then 2, and it is 3. Okay, index. Okay, now we can see, so there are total 4 components here. Okay, and we have 0, 1, 2, 3 as indexes. So if we want 2 and 3, just this. If we want just 2 and 3, this. Okay, if we want this only. So what will be our target? 2 and 3. What is index of 2? That is 1. And what is index of 3? That is 2. So we have to go from 2 till 3. Okay, that means it will iterate. Iterate means it will be moving. It will be moving, simply moving. In which direction? This direction, right? From 2 to 3. Okay, so now you can see this is how iteration happens. Okay, so now let's see. So what is the index of I? That is 1. And what is the index of h? That is 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. If we give 3, it should print ish, right? Because i's index is 1 and 3, in index 3 there is h, so it should print ish, right? Let's see what happens. No, it is printing only I and s. I and s. H is not getting printed. Why? So there comes a lesson for us. That means if we want to iterate through lists, or list I will be talking in future. As of now we'll be talking about strings. So if we want to iterate through the characters of any string, so we have to pass the value +1 to Python. Okay, suppose we have values. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4 as values. Okay, and if we want just 2 and 3. The previous example I am talking about. Okay, 2 and 3. So then if I pass, what is this index? That is 1. And what is this index? This is 2. If I pass Python, if I pass 1:2 to Python, Python will be iterating from 1 till this -1. That means whatever you will be giving in the end index, okay, what is the end index we gave? That is 2. So whatever you will be giving here, Python will automatically subtract 1 from this. That is like, if I give from 1 till 2, Python will be printing only first one index, then first index 2 minus 1. That means 1 index. That means only one value will be getting as input, as outputs. Okay, but if we give, suppose we need this index, right? 1 and 2. So if I give 1 till, what is this index we want? That is ending index. What is the index? That is 2. If I give 2 plus 1, that means, if I give 2 plus 1, that means 3. So if this will be giving, then Python will, what Python will do? Then Python will be going from 1 till 3 minus 1, that means 2. That means these values will be getting printed. Okay, understood? That means if we have to iterate in Python, we have to give last index plus 1. Okay, but if we give that exact index, Python will not be printing and executing that. Okay, and we will not be able to get the desired output. Okay, so I hope this is clear. That means if I want I and S in H, what is the index of H? 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have to pass this index, that is 3, and what is 3 plus 1? That is 4. See, ISH is will be getting. Okay, that means if we have to iterate in Python through any data types or any strings or any kind of things, we have to pass that end index what we need plus 1. Okay, and why we need to do that, I discussed it. Okay, so these things are called string slicing. Similarly, if I want to iterate in a negative direction, that means what will be printing here? ISH, but we need HS then I. How to do that? Let's see. Simply we have name, same code will be giving. Okay, name, then square braces, then 1 colon, that is 4. Then we'll be doing and simply thing, which is we'll be passing another colon and then we'll be passing -1. Now let's see. So it is printing nothing. Why? Because in Python you are giving 1 to 4. That means in this direction you are saying Python to iterate, but you are passing -1. That means -1 means you are saying Python to iterate in this direction, negative direction. So it is clashing. Okay, positive values you are passing as starting and ending index, and you are passing -1 as the steps. So that is not correct. Okay, so how we do that? Okay, now there is another way, there is another method. Okay, so let's suppose what is this index? That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but if I want to iterate in, basically in by default Python will be iterating in this direction. Okay, in this direction, in this direction. Okay, in the positive direction. By default Python will be iterating in this direction, that is positive direction. But if we need to iterate in this direction, in negative direction, how will you do that? Okay, so I will be just giving you another same example. Okay, so that is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Okay, so what is this index? 0, 1, 2 and 3, and these are indexes. Okay, so now if I want these two, we can do similarly like how we did before. We can do like 2 colon 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. We can similarly print that. But if I want 4 then 3, how do you do that? We can't pass like 4 to 2. If we do that, that will be giving an error. Let's see, let's check. Name 4, 1. Okay, see, it is not printing anything. So this is the concept. Okay, now if we want to do this, okay, if we want 4 then 3, how will you, what is the index of 4? 3. But in the negative direction, what will be index of 4? That will be -1. So let's check what is -1 printing here in Rishi. So let's see, name, then square braces, then keep it -1. Okay, then print. See, I is getting printed. That means the last value of the string is getting printed. So if we want to iterate from the negative direction, the first value, the last value in the positive direction, that means I, and the first value in the negative direction will be having the index of -1. Okay, then similarly what will be the index of H? Say from the negative direction it is in the second index. Okay, so it will be 2, -2. If we print, that is H. Okay, right? So similarly -3 will be S. So this is how we can iterate in a negative direction. Okay, Now let's see. If I want h, s, then I. So in the negative direction, what is the index of h? That is -1, then -2. So h index is -2. So name square brace, then -2, then colon. So what do we want? Then I. We want I. Same concept. What is the index of I? Now -1, -2, -3, then -4. But if we could want, we have to give minus. But what is this index? -1, -2, -3, and -4. If we pass -4, let's see what is happening. See, it is not printing anything. Okay, but if we want to do that, we have to pass anything else. Okay, that will be -1. See, h and s are getting printed. That means h and s, what we have passed 4, -4. That means -1, -2, -3, -4. Same concept. If we want to iterate till I, we have to pass the next value. That means 5. See, HSI, and this is getting printed. That means the same concept. The next index you have to pass so that you can iterate to the desired index. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So now same thing we'll be doing. And what is this, by the way? This -1, I told you na in the beginning, this is by default. So this is step. Okay, this is step, this is step. Okay, what is step? Step means you have values 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this step? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So what is this steps? 1, 1, 1, right? So this is in the which direction? This is in the positive direction. Okay, this is in the positive direction. That means this is going to here. Okay, but if we want to go in this direction, so that is in the negative direction. That means in this way, 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. In this direction, if we want, how will we iterate? By default, there will be index is equal to +1. +1 means in positive direction. Okay, one after another value. But if we want one after another value from in this direction, that is in the negative direction, we have to pass -1 in the next column. Okay, so you can see, I hope this is clear. So same process we are following in the positive and negative direction. Okay, but in negative direction we have to pass -1 in the third colon, and another ones we have to pass same thing, but we have to iterate in this direction. So all the indexes will be getting in negative. Okay, so I hope this is clear for you. So this is all for now, and in next lecture we will be talking about Python data structures. Okay, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed the class. So be there. Thank you.